Hello, everyone, and welcome to the St. Ignatius Preparatory School Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to go through a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. First, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists can't see or hear you. That being said, the only way to get your questions asked and answered is that Q&A button, so I recommend using it throughout. This is just one of many sessions happening today, so feel free to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Ignatius. So without any further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our presenters, starting first with Loyola University, New Orleans.
Hi, my name is Michael Costanza. I'm the admissions counselor at Loyola University, New Orleans. Trying to get there we go. So we're Loyola University, New Orleans. We're a Jesuit university located in the city of New Orleans. We're right in the Uptown Garden District area. Very beautiful, old historical neighborhood, very close to the French Quarter. A little bit about a Jesuit university. You've get to hear from myself and Spring Hill University later. We are a Catholic faith-based organization led by the Jesuits with really a focus in care for the whole person, but also things like diversity and social justice, really incorporated in everything we do as far as education and programs on campus. And so Jesuit colleges are all over the place, and it definitely is a different feel. What makes each Jesuit college a little different from the rest is really the city, the culture of the place that they're in. And so when you're at Loyola University, New Orleans, you definitely get a little bit of a different flavor with that gumbo pot of New Orleans. You know, we're definitely a different mix here. And so a little bit about who we have on campus. You know, we're about 3,200 undergraduate students and about 1,800 graduate students. Most of our students are coming from out of state, so we're about 60% out of state, 7% international students, and then 54% students of color. So we are a gumbo pot. We've got a lot of different races, religions, backgrounds going on here, but a great community. You can come, you can jump right into everything we're doing. In the classes, it looks like an average of 21 students in a class, 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. So you're not just gonna be another fly in the milk here. You know, you're gonna know faces and names. Teachers are gonna know who you are. You're gonna get to know your peers, and so we really do have that welcoming atmosphere like you would experience in New Orleans. Now, a little bit about the academics we have here at Loyola. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, College of Music and Media. If you're a student that enjoys making music or beats or play an instrument or anything like that, it's a great major here at Loyola. We can definitely do a lot with that, as well as other popular majors are things like business management, marketing, mass communications, pre-health, and pre-law. Also, we have a new nursing major that you might be interested in as well. Go on here. If you do anything in music or media, there will be a portfolio requirement. Portfolio or interview or extra step there too. Now, what's the value here? Most of our students do at least one internship. We have a very experiential hands-on curriculum here at Loyola, and it works really well with New Orleans area. We have a lot of students that go in the city and are a part of things there. Now, our students are very proactive. They want to get involved on campus. They want to get involved in the city of New Orleans. And so we give them a lot of avenues to do so. Student government's a big one. A lot of clubs and organizations focus on social justice issues. And a lot of students working in the different festivals or social justice projects going on here in the city of New Orleans as well. So 54% of our students live on campus. Freshmen and sophomores are required. You can bring your car on campus. So if you want to make that 16-hour drive down from Chicago, you can do so. We're in the NAIA Division I for athletics. We do give out athletic scholarships. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. We can set you up with that. Admissions criteria, we're a holistic review process, which means I read everything as part of the application. We are on the Common App. It's a free application. Big thing to know is that we're test blind. So we don't use the ACT or SAT as an admissions criteria. We are just going to look at your transcript and letter of recommendation and make a decision there. The test scores do not affect your admission or your scholarships. Here's some deadlines. Big thing is we need a transcript and a letter of recommendation to complete an application here. Scholarships. We give out a lot. Every student is open to merit-based scholarships. We give out a state scholarship for the state of Illinois, and 90% of students receive at least some sort of financial aid. So, as well as there's other scholarships you can apply for. All that being said, apply. We're going to help you out here. We're going to make it worth your while. If you have the desire to come visit us, we are open to campus visits right now. So go ahead and book that. And it's not hard to convince your parents to come down for a visit. It is crawfish season, so let them know. Here's my contact information. I'm going to drop it in the chat as well. But that is it for me. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we will hear from Lynn University.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Justin Lubor. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admission here at Lynn University. Been with Lynn for a little over 5 years right now. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about what we have to offer. For those of you who don't know a little bit about us, we are located in beautiful South Florida in Boca Raton. We are a little bit about 3 miles to the beach. You literally make a left and a right, and you are right there. And one thing that makes us very unique as well is that we are ranked #1 most international students for the universities in the South. And with the next slide, you'll see that we actually represent from students from literally all over the US, but of course, all over the world as well. We do have 97 nations that are on campus. So you're gonna be working, and going to school with students from Zimbabwe, from Argentina, from Peru, Argentina. So literally all over, the world, but of course, also all over the United States. We have students from 47 different states and territories. Illinois is actually one of our top 5 states that we have this year. So we're really excited to have other students from your area and of course from your school that have joined us in the past as well. We are a little bit smaller university, about 2,700 students, but that just means that we're a little bit smaller for you. That because so within the classroom, we're about 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Now, one of the other things that makes us very unique as well is our iPads. So when you come to campus, you're actually handed an iPad Pro with all your books preloaded onto this. And also all the books that are preloaded onto it are written by the professors themselves. So you're literally going to be saving about $2,500 a year just on books and supplies right there. Now, one of the other ways to also save money with us is our 3-year accelerator program. Now, any university you can graduate in 3 years, but what separates us is that it saves you a year's worth of tuition. Now, what will happen is Lynn University will pay for 1 extra class every single semester, and then of course also your summer classes as well. Now, speaking of classes, we are doing things a little bit different this year, and that was because of COVID. We had to change things up a little bit. So what we now are doing is traditionally you have 16 weeks in a semester. And let's just say hypothetically, you take 4 classes within that semester. What will happen now is you're only taking 1 class, maybe 2 classes, in 4-week block sessions. So you're actually only going to class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 2 hours if you're doing 1 class, or 4 hours if you're doing 2 classes. Then you will also have Fridays off. So this is something that we started last year and has been very successful. So one of the ways that we've been doing it, again, is to try to save you money with a 3-year program, and then also kind of change things up where you only need to focus on that 1 specific class or even 2 classes for 4 weeks, and then you're over and done with that class as well. Now, we are very involved within not only, like I said, in Florida, but of course other places around the United States as well. These are just some of our places that we will be going ahead and getting internships and jobs that we have sent students in the past as well. So you can see, Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat. So if you're into sports management is one of our top majors. But if you want to go into aviation, we of course have JetBlue and United, or hospitality management with Marriott, and a couple of the other ones as well. Just some key dates to know. Our early action deadline is November 15th. And which means that if you apply before November 15th, you're guaranteed a decision before the holidays. And then of course it is not binding, but it means you just have a huge weight lifted off your shoulder your senior year, and you have until May 1st to officially decide on that. And if you still have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm the one that works specifically with students from Illinois. So I will be the one that is reviewing your application. And we can talk a little bit more about applications, coming to visit. Just like Loyola, we are open as well. Campus tours are individualized one-on-one. So feel free to come on down to beautiful South Florida this summer, or of course in the fall when it starts snowing. So look forward to hopefully seeing you guys soon on campus. Have a great rest of the afternoon.
Great, thank you so much. Next, we will hear from High Point University.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to share with each of you more about High Point. My name is Sammy Smith, and I am your High Point admissions counselor. So I do work with all students coming from the wonderful state of Illinois as well. High Point, we are a private liberal arts college located in central North Carolina. We are situated right in the middle of the mountains to the west of us, the beach to the east of us, and then we also have Charlotte, which is just about an hour south of us. So we are got the best of all worlds. We have about 4,600 undergraduate students, and about 90% of our students come from out of state. So we have a high residential campus, and we cover all 50 states and about 40 countries internationally as well. Here at High Point, we have a very unique academic model. This is what makes us believe that we are different from the rest. And simply put, we have this 4-pillar of academic success, and I'm going to highlight each of those individual pillars now. Our first pillar is at academic excellence. So here at High Point, this is going to be talking about your overall experience. So in the classroom, we have an average class size of about 17 students with a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio. Our professors are teaching 100% of the classes, so you really do get that hands-on experience with your class and also your professors. We also provide our students a 4-year graduation guarantee, so you are guaranteed to graduate within 4 years here at High Point. We are currently offering a 5th-year tuition-free master's program in business and communication leadership, which is really priceless for your overall experience. We also have a fantastic success coach program for students that come in either undecided or with a designated major. So these people are both your academic advisor, but they're also a life coach. So they really do help you pave the way for you in your college experience. Here at High Point, we have over 60 majors and 60 minors to choose from, but on this slide are some of our top most popular freshman majors from last year's class. At the top of the list, you will see undecided, and the reason for that is that we have a fantastic program called Project Discovery, where you and your success coach will sit down, really go over your interests, and pave the perfect path for you. In addition to undecided, we have fantastic programs in business, undergraduate sciences, and our social sciences. The second pillar here at High Point is that experiential learning in every major. So here at High Point, we have fantastic state-of-the-art facilities where you get that hands-on learning right here on campus. In addition to those facilities, we also have this access to amazing industry leaders, such as Mr. Byron Pitts, who you see pictured here. He is the co-anchor of ABC's Nightline, and he works with students in our broadcast journalism majors, major minor comma word there. And he shadows, he mentors, he networks with our current students. We also have individuals like Steve Wozniak, who's the co-founder of Apple, who works with students in computer science and computer engineering. We also have Mark Randolph, who's a co-founder of Netflix, and he works with students that are studying entrepreneurship. And those are just 3 of many leaders all across the area in different worlds. We also provide our students an internship guarantee program, so you are guaranteed to have an internship while you're here in college. We also provide every student the opportunity for undergraduate research. So again, very hands-on. In addition to that experiential learning and helping make sure that you are the best inside the classroom and for your future career, we're also grooming our students with these life skills. And this is really what sets, I think, High Point apart from the rest. So here we start with those life skills with the first year president seminar with our president, Dr. Nito Cobain, where he's teaching you things like time management, coachability, flexibility, how to have a basic financial understanding. We also have amazing, unique learning labs on campus, such as 1924 Prime, our 5-star steakhouse restaurant, where you're learning that fine dining etiquette right here on campus. You also get to eat there once a week, included in your meal plan, which is amazing. So So again, we're going to shape you not only to be the best in your profession, but also to be the best professional and just successful all around. And then the last pillar to really fully encompass that experience here at High Point is we're modeling our values and building character development within all of our students. So we instill in them a growth mindset. So you have the power to become any profession, any person that you want to accomplish. And on average, our students are completing over 110,000 community service hours each year. There's no official requirement. And one of my favorite programs on campus is that freshman book program, where we ask every incoming freshman to bring their favorite childhood book, and then we donate it to a local student in the area. So again, service and that growth mindset are really important here at High Point. As a strong and high residential campus, we also have a vibrant student life. So we are a Division I athletic school with over 16 sports, including lacrosse, volleyball, basketball, soccer, baseball, all of those. We also have over 200 student organizations for you to choose from, ranging from special interests to academic, service-oriented. We also have Greek life and religious groups on campus. Anything for you to want to get involved in. I will be looking over your application, so these are a couple deadlines to go over, but let's not end the conversation here today. So I am going to be your admissions counselor, so definitely reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat. We are also open for visitors, so come see us for yourself in person. No better way to really get to know a campus. So thank you all so much for having us tonight, and I look forward to working with each and one of you.
Great, thank you so much. And next we will hear from University of Dallas.
Hi there, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So thanks so much for joining us. My name's Erin. I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission here at UD. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about all things University of Dallas. We'll talk a little bit about our liberal arts core curriculum and our academics that we're really proud of. Also, our study abroad program, our location in Dallas-Fort Worth. Other things to know, we're a small community. So we have about 1,400 undergraduate students. We're also a Catholic school. So that's a key part of our identity as well. So first, let's start with academics. Every single student who attends the University of Dallas is going to participate in our liberal arts core curriculum. It takes about 2 years to complete. So it's a great thing if you're undecided. I know a lot of students don't know what they want to do. The core is there for you. You'll be able to study history, literature, philosophy, theology, math, science, politics, economics, foreign language, and art throughout the core experience. And what's great is some of those courses are selected for you. So every single freshman is going to be taking the same 4 literature courses, the same 4 history courses. And that will help you to have something in common with anyone else on our campus. So there's a really strong sense of community that forms first and foremost from that shared academic journey through the core curriculum. We also have very small class sizes. The average class size is 19. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. So you're really going to get a dive into this great books and primary text driven core in small class sizes where you can have challenging discussions and really get to the heart of these big questions about what it means to be a human being and what does it mean to live a good and meaningful life. Using these texts as a springboard for that conversation. We have a number of great majors as well. Popular majors at UD include business and biology. We have lots of students going into medical school with really strong medical school acceptance rates. Also, psychology, English, and economics are other most popular majors, but we have about 30 to choose from. Another perk of the liberal arts core curriculum is that we save 5 of those courses for you to take on our second campus in Rome, Italy. So regardless of whatever you're going to major in, you will have time as you're going through the core curriculum to spend a semester abroad. And you can see a picture of our campus on your screen now. So it's all UD students, UD professors. They typically go over during their sophomore year for a full semester, fall or spring, but we also have summer options available as well. There's a dormitory, cafeteria, chapel. We live on this vineyard over there. It's an awesome experience that over 80% of UD students participate in. So not a requirement, but a very, very popular option for our students. There are plenty of travel opportunities. So there's a 10-day trip to Greece where you'll have class across Greece with your professors and classmates, trips to northern and southern Italy, again, with your professors and classmates as well. And then almost every weekend is a 3-day weekend. There's a 10-day travel break. So you can do it all during this RUM semester. I did go to UD and did this experience, and I made it to 12 countries during my sophomore year study abroad experience. So other than academics and studying abroad, there's a ton of stuff to do to get involved in our small campus community. We have a lot of quirky traditions. The most famous is our Groundhog's Day celebration. We have a huge party for Groundhog's Day early February every year. We've been doing so for over 50 years, and we have the second largest Groundhog's Day celebration in the country. Tons of clubs and organizations that you can get involved in, whether you want to dive deeper into a pre-professional club or, you know, get involved in a political and economic debate club. There's tons of stuff for you to do. Also just clubs for fun, juggling club, swing dance club, ultimate frisbee. There's intramural sports, club sports, and also NCAA Division III sports available. And finally, we are also a residential campus, so we do require students to live on campus until their senior year or until they're 21 years old, and we have tons of different residence life options for our students. Another important aspect, of course, is our faith. So getting involved in your Catholic faith, if that's something you're interested in, is readily available through daily mass and sacraments, but none of that is required. You don't have to be a Catholic student to really survive and thrive at the University of Dallas. It's about 75% Catholic, about 25% other religions. So other things to know. After you graduate, you're going to be well prepared for whatever comes your way, whether you're continuing to go to a graduate program. We'll make sure you're ready for that. We have 85% acceptance rates into medical school, 90% acceptance rates into law school. We have a number of 4+1 programs available at the University of Dallas for you to get a master's degree in just 1 year after your bachelor's. City of Dallas is a huge perk as well. So you have a wonderful economy to dive into if you want to stay in the DFW area. Our campus is about 15 minutes from downtown Dallas. We're actually located in the suburbs, so you are right in the middle of Dallas and Fort Worth. And we have a wonderful alumni network that really looks out for UD students and helps them land the job that they are looking for. We do a holistic review. We are test optional for admission purposes, test blind for scholarship. So there is no test scores required for any of our scholarships. We are open for visits, and this is my contact information right here. So thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your day.
Great, thank you. And next we will hear from Spring Hill College.
Hi, everyone. Let's go through the usual. All right, so I am going to play. So my name is Teresa. I am from Chicago. I actually went to Ignatius, so a little bit biased. We're waiting right here on the infamous loading screen. So welcome to Spring Hill. Like I said, went to Ignatius, actually graduated class of 2014, and then I went to Spring Hill College. So this is the first slide that I love to talk about, which is that we actually just cut our tuition in half this past year. So our starting tuition is now $21,000. Our yearly cost was standard room and board because we are also a school that requires our students to live on campus. It is about $32,000, and that is before merit-based aid. And every student that goes to Spring Hill receives merit-based aid. So we are a Jesuit school, just like you. As you can see, we are what I consider one of two of the Jesuit schools of the South, with Loyola New Orleans, who is on this call as well. So we are the third oldest Jesuit school, located in Mobile, Alabama, right on the Gulf Coast. Truly, I'll talk about it later, but we're right on the water. These are some of my favorite things about Spring Hill, especially when I was a student. So I'm not going to start a fight on here. I'm not going to say we have the most fun Mardi Gras, but Mardi Gras did originate in Mobile. So our students do get an extra week off of school. 2 of the 4 years that I was Michael, 2 of the 4 years that I was at Spring Hill, I actually did go to New Orleans for a Mardi Gras. The other 2 years I stayed in Mobile. That is a picture of downtown Mobile. Our downtown is vibrant. It's beautiful. It really does look like that. It is so much fun. Our students love to go downtown. The Reese's Senior Bowl is in Mobile as well. So if you are a big football fan, a lot of our students do like to go. You can go for very cheap. And I was an elementary education major. So my students, when I taught 5th grade, actually got to meet some of the players, and they told them to stay in school and be nice to their teachers, which was great for me. And then the Hangout Fest, if you are familiar with Lollapalooza, which I'm guessing some of you are, it's the same bands that go to Lollapalooza, just a cheaper ticket, and you can actually volunteer to clean up the beach afterwards. It's in Gulf Shores, about an hour away. So like I was saying, the Gulf Coast beaches, we are an hour and a half away from 5 different white sandy beaches. I personally always had a beach chair in the back of my car. My favorite is Dauphin Island. It is about 30 to 45 minutes away from campus, and it is so beautiful. So some quick facts about Spring Hill. About 70% of our students do live on campus. Those other 30% are our Alabama students that live within 50 miles. 56% of our students are out of state, 44% are from Alabama. And we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio because we actually, with graduate school, we're about 1,500 students, so we're 1,300 undergraduate. So the classes are very small and very personal. We have more than 47 majors and areas of concentration to choose from. So these are just some of our most popular. We have a new business program, which is a 3+1 program where in 4 years you get your undergraduate and MBA. Like I said, I'm an education major, a little biased. We have a really strong comm arts program, nursing, and then, you know, we're a liberal arts school, so we've got the good psych and everything that, you know, you'll hear from other liberal arts schools. These are some of the internships and employment opportunities that our students have had in the past. And my 2 favorite ones to bring up right now with everything going on is Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. So this was made a few years ago. So we've been working with them for a while, and I'm very proud of that. So this is just talking about last year. We were ranked a national ranking in Forbes for our return on investment, which is ROI, which is once you graduate from college, statistically, you will receive the money back that you invested into Spring Hill and these other 9 schools faster than others. So we're up there with Stanford, Princeton, Cal State. So we're very excited about that. These are some photos from campus. We did live on campus this year. About 90% of our students did come to campus. As you can see, they were wearing masks. Everything was very safe. 85% of our classes were in person, and our freshmen were able to have their own dorm rooms. We also have a lot of different service opportunities. We've got the Foley Center, which I was in all 4 years at Spring Hill. I did 3 to 6 hours of service a week. We have our International Service Immersion Program in Central America and now in different areas in North America as well. And that is during Mardi Gras break, if you don't want to go. We also have the Italy Center located in Bologna, Italy. And I love this slide because these pictures are actually from my group. So if you want to look around for me, but it's awesome. It is an amazing program because it is a Spring Hill College campus in Bologna. So your financial aid and everything travels with you. There are 50 students per semester, 25 are from other Jesuit schools, and 25 are from Spring Hill. We are NCAA Division II. We have every sport except for anything that would be in a pool and football, but we have rugby. So honestly, we don't even notice. We are nationally ranked for rugby. I believe that we are number 7 in the nation. We beat Auburn and University of Alabama, which is a pretty big deal for us. We also live on an 18-hole golf course and disc golf course. I always get that mixed up. So if you see those 3 buildings in the corner that look exactly the same, that's actually where you get to live your senior year. So you live on hole 14 of the golf course, and you do get to watch the sunset and the sunrise from your apartment. So when it's time to apply, we are test optional. We have been for 2 years, or you can apply traditional. We're a rolling admission school and we are open. So if you do want to, I obviously am a regional recruiter, but if you do want to go to campus, we're open for 2 tours a day and occasional Saturdays. And with us being rolling admissions, you will find out about our decision within 5 to 10 days. So I'll put my information down. This is it for a quick second, but I'll put my information in the chat, and go Badgers.
Great. And lastly, we will hear from Texas Christian University.
Hey everybody, it's Jill from TCU. Let me find my screen here so I can share it with you. All right. All right, we're open for business, folks. Gonna start my timer now. My name is Jill Countryman. I am the Regional Admission Counselor for TCU. I work with students from 7 states, but Illinois is our largest state in terms of number of students coming from applying to TCU that I work with. We have 9,704 undergraduate students this year. Students come from all 50 states, 2 different US territories, and over 75 different countries. Our largest group of students is of course from Texas because that's where we're located, followed by California, which is a very large and populated state. But look at us, number 3, Illinois. We're the 3rd largest group of students at TCU, and I'm really proud of that. Our title, Texas Christian University, comes from our affiliation with the Disciples of Christ. The Disciples of Christ, or the DOC, or the Christian Church, is what we're affiliated with. Our students can come from any faith background. Our largest group of students on campus who self-disclose on their application would be Roman Catholic students. We require 1 religion class within your 4 years at TCU. You can take more than that if you'd like, but you do need to take 1 class as part of our core curriculum. We have over 25 different student religious groups on campus, and we're really proud of that. We're located in Fort Worth, Texas. So on the other side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, there's Dallas. And then on the other side is Fort Worth. Fort Worth is a much larger city than a lot of students actually realize. We're 13th in the nation in terms of size. That means we're larger than Milwaukee, we're larger than Indianapolis, we're larger than Minneapolis and St. Paul pushed together and probably half of the suburbs. What does that mean for us? It means we have a great amount of opportunities for volunteering, career shadowing, and just fun things to do when you're not on campus. Speaking of things to do that are fun on campus, we have over 300 clubs and organizations that our students are involved in. We have a wonderful fine arts program. In fact, we're one of only 240 schools in the nation that have all Steinway pianos. That's a big deal if you're a music student. We're Division I for athletics. We're part of the Big 12 Athletic Conference. We're the smallest school of the Big 12 Conference, and our students get in free for every home athletic event, regardless of what sport that it is. We have an active Greek life system. About 50% of our students are involved in Greek life, 50% are not, and many of our students will be volunteering through their 4 years at TCU. Residence halls, we have a requirement for your 1st and 2nd year at TCU to live on campus, but that's absolutely fine. Our oldest residence hall at TCU was built in 2006. So many of you watching the session tonight, you're older than our oldest residence hall at TCU. The Princeton Review has ranked our residence halls number 4 in the country. So there's nothing better than feeling like you're at home when you're away at college, and our residence halls prove that. We have a strong learning community. We're a medium-sized university, but we have a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, and our average class size is 27. 96% of our classes at TCU have fewer than 50 students in them. So we do really appreciate and provide that smaller class feeling at TCU. Speaking of academic excellence, we offer over 132 different majors and minors, everything from ballet to nursing education to ranch management. I've never had a student from St. Ignatius apply to TCU for ranch management, but who knows, it could happen. We are affiliated with the core curriculum concept. So regardless of your major, about 1/3 of your classes during your 4 years at TCU are going to be part of this core curriculum foundation. There are 4 ways that you can apply to become a Horned Frog. We're on the TCU application, the Common application, Apply Texas, and we just threw in the coalition application this year for fun, I guess. Most students from St. Ignatius will apply to TCU through the common application or the TCU application, but we're fine with any option. We're test optional. We started that this year. We're going to be test optional for at least the next 2 years. We're kind of watching things and studying, but for right now, test optional. Send it to us if you want. Don't send it to us if you don't want to. It's a very holistic review process. I am the admission counselor who reviews every application from all 7 of my states. Probably the biggest chunk of information that we're really focusing on are academics. We're also looking at your resume or your list of co-curricular activities. Your essay is important. Make sure you put some effort into it. And then that teacher and counselor recommendation is another thing that we're taking a look at. Tuition and costs for this year, we did not increase tuition at all from last year to this year. Over 85% of our students receive some type of scholarship or funding to attend TCU. We do require both the FAFSA and the CSS profile. And just wanted to remind you, my name is Jill. I'm the only Jill in the admission office. You're stuck with me. I've been at TCU for 16 years now, and I love working with students from St. Ignatius. We've been open for campus visits since July, and I've left a link for you to find out more about that. I'm going to stop my screen now, and I'll put this information in the chat. Thanks for being here, guys.
Great, thank you so much. So that's the end of our presentations, but I will invite all of our panelists to turn their cameras back on if they're comfortable doing that. And I'm going to pose a couple questions for our panelists to give them a little bit more screen time and also just have them talk a little bit more about their universities or give some advice. We're going to go in the same presentation order. Everyone will have about 20 to 30 seconds to reply. But let me get that first question up, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We will start up at the top with Loyola University, New Orleans.
Yes, thank you. So the best advice I could give you is visit those campuses. I know it's a little different this year with everything going on, but as things start to open up a little bit more, I think it's important that you get yourself on a campus and look around. Even if you don't know what you're looking for, just seeing different campuses, you get a feel for the community, the culture, and the fit of the school. So do that as much as possible if you can.
Great. Lynn University.
Awesome. Yeah, to kind of go piggyback off that a little bit, definitely recommend visiting. That's the number one thing. That's how you know if you'll feel comfortable at that school. All the pictures in the world can look absolutely amazing, but you'll just know if it's the right fit or not once you're on campus for you. Also, another one is definitely work with all of us, your admissions counselors. We're here for you. Come to us. A lot of us are, we've been at our universities for a while. I've been at Lynn for about almost 5 years. We have TCU with 16 years. So definitely recommend using us as well.
Great.
Awesome.
High Point University.
Yes. And I'm going to kind of combine the two a little bit. So also, what we've learned most with this whole pandemic is utilizing your virtual resources. So if you're not able to, or maybe you're planning your trip to campus, check out those virtual tours. Most schools have went virtually and had those capabilities. Also utilize us to then maybe connect with students and faculty. Also, it can be virtually or in person. So definitely knowing all your resources and capitalizing on them.
Great. University of Dallas.
All right, getting harder. We've taken all the regular answers. I do think just know that there's no stupid questions. Maybe you have a weird dietary restriction and you need to know if the cafeteria at that school is going to accommodate you. Maybe you have a certain hobby that you really want to pursue. Email us. We want to give you the answer, and we've probably been asked the question before, so there's no stupid questions.
Great. Spring Hill College.
I actually, every single answer I usually give has already been given. So I'm going to steal one. So I feel very bad if this is TCU's answer. But make a separate email for colleges. Because if your personal email is like go girl 86, like we see that. So create something that says, Teresa Bertini, college 2021. Don't take my name. But yeah. Make a college account.
Great. And lastly, Texas Christian University.
I will agree. All the great answers have went already. But I'm a mom. My sons are 21. I'm a mom of twins. So parents, this one's for you. Really sit down and talk with your student and find out what type of environment they feel might be the best fit for them. Make sure you also talk about financing the education. One of the things that's really bad as a parent is if your child falls in love with college and then the financing doesn't come through, and then they have to fall out of love with their dream college. So have those conversations. Students, talk to your parents. It's important.
Great. All great pieces of advice. Now let's move on to a different question, a little bit more fun. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And again, we'll start up at the beginning with Loyola University, New Orleans.
Yeah, so we have a great fun tradition. We have a life-size statue of St. Ignatius Loyola, so it's 4 feet 2 inches. And we like to decorate him for the different seasons that's going on. So when it's Mardi Gras, we'll throw some beads on him. When it's Christmas, we'll put some presents in his hand. And the students also like to get up there when they graduate and take a picture with him. So that's our fun tradition.
Great. Lynn University.
Awesome. Yeah. So for the day that we were founded, we actually do something a little bit different. We actually have a canoe race on campus, we had to change things up a little bit and actually make it a go-kart race this year. So that was kind of fun, just kind of going around campus, almost Mario Kart style, which was a lot of fun. And then also one of my favorite things that we get to do is we usually do an annual trip to Disney or Universal. I'm a huge Disney nerd, so being about 2.5 hours away from Disney, we usually just get on the bus in the morning at like 6 a.m. We're in the parks, and then we're back back by midnight. So that's one of my favorites right there.
Great. High Point University.
Yeah, and one of my, it's kind of an event now, it's become kind of a tradition, but they started with COVID. Luckily, we have pretty decent weather all year long. So what they've done is every Wednesday we have block parties out in the promenade where they bring a local food truck to campus. I'm also a foodie, so it's always cool to be able to try different foods, and also it's not, you don't have to use your meal plan for it, so it's all included. But again, it gives you a taste of local food in the area, and it's a way for you to kind of play outdoor activities and things like that, but it's become a fun new tradition.
Awesome. University of Dallas.
So I already mentioned this in my presentation, but definitely the Groundhog's Day celebration is my favorite UD tradition. It's going on about 60 years. I know we had the 50th anniversary when I was a freshman, which was sadly like 10 years ago. So we have been celebrating Groundhog's Day for a long time, and it's really a week-long celebration, but it culminates in a Saturday night. We build kind of a park on our campus. We have live music, food and drinks. Everyone wears the same sweatshirt, kind of a weird experience, but it's a ton of fun.
Awesome. Spring Hill College.
We have a fake wedding. So 2 of our students get married. It's fun. There's a bridal party, bachelorette, like you Venmo the bride for her dress. It's something else.
That's a new one. And lastly, Texas Christian University.
Teresa, you're a tough act to follow. That was hilarious and cool. I would say no fake weddings, but our Christmas tree lighting celebration is loved by students. We don't have a fake bride and groom, but Santa and Mrs. Claus arrive in a horse-drawn carriage, and they're wearing purple velour or purple crushed velvet instead of the red. We do a lot of really cool things, but we light the big old Christmas tree, which usually comes from Illinois or Michigan, and that's one of our special traditions.
Great. Thank you, everyone. That is all the time we have today. So I do want to thank everyone for joining us, from our attendees to our panelists. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to hear from everyone. For our attendees, when you guys close out of here, there will be a quick 4-question survey that will appear on your screen. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, giving us some feedback. We're always looking to make improvements on these events, so that would be great. Reminder, there are a couple more hours of this fair, so please sign up for more sessions and hear from more schools. Reminder that you can ask your St. Ignatius counselors questions about the college search in the counselor corner. And in about a week, this session, as well as all of our other sessions, recordings will be available at strivescan.com/Ignatius. So that is all I have. Thank you again, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening.